Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being on my channel, for commenting, for emailing me, for messaging me. I'm so grateful to hear from you guys. You have no idea how much I enjoy it. It's so much fun, right? So keep on doing it, is basically what I'm saying. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about how we seem to attract people wherever we go. Now, I've done a video on this where we seem to attract lost and broken souls. Yes, we do. But we also seem to attract people in general, like just strangers coming up to us randomly out of the blue. I'll give you a quick example. So my sister is an INTJ, and I love her to death, right? But she is much more introverted than I am, much, much more. I can do the extroverted thing extremely well, and I can fake it really, really well, right? But for her, she can't even fake it. I love her for that. She is so good. I love the INTJs, right? I love her to death. So recently, well, a year ago, we were actually looking for a parking spot for her. And she had moved apartments. She was living downtown Toronto. She needed a parking spot. I was there for a visit. I was like, okay, cool, let's go look for a parking spot for you. So the first place we looked, obviously, was in the building that she worked in, because she was like, it would be great if I could just, park right there. It wasn't far from our house, so it was easy. We walked over to the building where she worked, and we started like roaming around looking for where the parking is so we could speak the parking attendant, right? Now, I am the kind of person, as I've said this before, like I know I come across as extroverted because I'll talk to everyone. I'll be walking around, I'll be talking to strangers. But not only that, I come across as extroverted also because as an INFJ, we attract people. Like people will come up to us and talk to us randomly out of the blue. So my sister was kind of doing her thing. She was kind of walking around looking for the parking, and I was just standing there looking at a spillage on the floor, right? Someone had spilled coffee or something on the floor, and I was fascinated by it for some reason because it looked like a certain shape, and I was trying to analyze what is that shape, in my head. I'm going into my head again. And so I was standing there, staring at it, and this random security guard came up to me, started chatting with me. He's like, yeah, I know we spilled something. He was just talking about, he was just venting, security guards, they're bored, they don't have anything to do really. And, I started, as I always do, started telling him about my sister looking for a parking spot. Because I found that nothing happens randomly, right? Because he started talking to me at that moment, and I was looking for a parking spot in that exact moment, I thought that maybe he was supposed to help us find a parking spot. And that's exactly how it happened. We started talking randomly. He started saying, oh yeah, I know a couple of people who are looking for someone to take over their parking spot. It's $100 a month. So cheap. Okay, that's actually really cheap for Toronto. So we were like, and I was like, oh shit, awesome, great. And so my sister comes back, and she's like, as soon as she sees me talking to random people, she always laughs at me because she knows that this happens to me all the time, right? This person was not telling me a sob story, thankfully. He was just, he was bored, he just wanted to talk. And so I told her, I'm like, Sona, there's someone looking for someone to take over their parking spot. It's gonna be $100 a month. I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, we're getting excited. And the guy's like, I can message her right now if you want to talk to her right now. And we were like, hell yeah, right? And so she got the parking spot, blah, blah, blah. But this would never have happened if, first of all, obviously, if he hadn't randomly come and started talking to me. I feel like we have this kind of neon sign on our forehead or on our body that says, come talk to me, I am nice, and I will not make fun of you, and I will be there for you, and I shall help you out. I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of random neon sign on our head or our bodies or our energy that exudes out of us. It says to people, come talk to me. I'm here for you, kind of thing, right? Tra-la-la-la-la. And so I don't know why. I have no idea why. And people ask me this all the time. Why does this happen to you? I'll be sitting in a bus and it'll be empty, completely empty, right? And out of all the different seats this person could have chosen, they will sit right next to me. And not only that, fine, sit next to me is all right, but they'll start talking to me randomly out of the blue. They'll be like, hello, how are you? Now, I used to, when I was a teenager, I'd wear headphones and I pretend I can't hear. But I've noticed that I feel like nowadays, like I don't do that anymore. Because, first of all, people are lonely, guys. People are so lonely here in this world right now. They have no one to talk to. And so if that can be my good deed for the day, that I'm there for this person and I listen to them as briefly as necessary. I'm there for them and they're able to vent to me. If that's the only person that they spoke to for like days on end, if I can be that person, if I can be that solace for them, then why not? And so I've kind of stopped doing that. I don't carry headphones with me anymore. I know, it's a terrible thing, yeah? I'll always have a book with me though, yeah. But I've stopped wearing headphones because I get random people coming to me all the time and telling me their stories. And I hate being rude like that, because it's so hard to come up to a stranger and tell them, poke at them and say, hello, can I talk to you? And so if I'm rude to them and I have headphones on and I'm down and I'm not ignoring them, I hate that. I don't want to be that person. I I don't like that. Okay, so I don't want to be that person, right? Sorry, just kind of went blurry for a second. So I've decided not to do that anymore. So I'm always open to having these random conversations. And of course, because I am open to them, they happen even more often, right? I'll be sitting on a beach, an empty beach, by myself. And what happens? This person comes up randomly out of the blue and they're like, oh, I just woke up and, I wanted to sit down with you and have a chat. Are you all right with that? And I'll think to myself, yeah, I guess. And I mean, I'll excuse myself quickly enough. Like, so I'll give them like 15 minutes of my time. I have this rule. I'll give you 15 minutes of my time. You can blurt and do whatever you need to do. I'll be there for you. And that's it. I'm done after that. I'm leaving, right? Because first of all, I don't want to give too much of my energy away. And also, I want to go do my own stuff, right? So I have that rule. But I do talk to people a lot. And people will come up to us all the time. And so we attract people. As I said, we have a neon sign on us. We have a neon sign in our aura, in our energy that says, come all, come talk to us, come tell us all your stories, come be with us, kind of thing, right? So if you do get surprised by it, and you're an INFJ, you're like, why is this happening? It's just an INFJ thing. It's seriously just an INFJ thing. I have no other way to explain it. I really have no other way to explain it, because it happens to us where we're like in a crowd of people. Like, I will be surrounded by 100 people, right? But that person will come directly to me and talk to me, not to anyone else, not to any other person that's sitting next to me. No, they'll come directly to talk to me specifically. Why? 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 Do my eyes say something? I have no idea what it says. I can't see it myself. Does my face say something? I don't know. I mean, I know I have a happy, go lucky, like, welcoming face, but really? Like, strangers coming up to us and talking about random shit? I'll be sitting in a park and random people will come up to us, sitting next to me and talk to me about their story, about how they just got divorced or they just lost a husband or blah, blah, blah. It's so crazy. I'll be sitting by the water, like by a waterfront on a bench, and random people will come up to me and start talking to me, or just so random. Like, it just happens to me all the time, right? I was sitting in a restaurant eating by myself, in a cafe, drinking coffee by myself. When I used to drink coffee. And people would come up to me and start talking to me. They're like, can I take the seat? Do you mind? Do you mind? And then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, so you're drinking matcha? Yeah, I love matcha. I used to drink matcha all the time with my wife. God bless her soul. She's not alive anymore. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. I don't want to be a bitch about it, but literally this is what I think. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Universe, I'm here. I'm here for this person. Obviously, they need to vent. Obviously, they need to talk to someone, and they've picked us, the INFJ of the group, yeah? So now I just think of it as my service for the day. When people come up to me and talk to me about their stuff, when they tell me all their stories, when they feel sad around me and they cry around me, happens a lot. People cry around me all the time. My sister laughs at me all the time about it. I'll be at a party and I'll be that person in the bathroom, sitting with someone and them crying in my shoulder or telling me how they just broke up with someone, or I'll be in a club for God's sake, guys, and people will come up to me and start crying to me and all that. So it happens to me all the time. I kind of think of it now as my service to humanity. It's one of my things that I do to be here and to give back. It's my giving back. I don't give money, but I'll give you my time. I'll sit with you, and you can vent to me. You can cry on my shoulder. You can tell me all your horrible stories. And I'll be there for you completely and utterly. And I'll listen to everything that you say. And then you'll feel better after that. And even though I might feel a little worse because I've taken on your emotions, you will at least feel better. And then you can go off into the world merrily, and I can go off and recharge myself, right? Take care of myself. So that's what I do. And I know if you guys are surprised by it, don't. It's an INFJ thing, okay? Alright, I hope this makes sense. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.